I'm Nathan.
And I'm Chris.
And we're Supercomicbros OKC.
Join us on our journey to open our first comic store.
All right, we're moving on to our next box. Let's go ahead and get it started.
All right, this is tub number 9.
It's tub number 9.
That's what it says on it. All right, well, we got some stuff in here.
Ooh, I see some Transformer.
I think we'll start with him. Oh, no, something bent. All right, it's Blitzwing. It's the Thrilling 30s. This is one I actually had to re-get again.
He turns into a robot and into a jet and a tank.
Blitzwing. Yes, sir. And he actually looks pretty cool in his transformations.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the best Blitzwings I think that they've made. That's kind of an offshoot of what he originally looks like. But yeah, man. What do you have a gander at that?
Level 2, huh?
He's level 2.
All right, that's pretty neat. Not very smart.
He wasn't known for his smarts.
Courage, his fire blast skill.
Oh yeah, I mean he's a tank, so he should have some fire blast,
Yeah.
fur blast.
Show that off in his tank mode and his jet mode there.
He's what they call a triple changer.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That would definitely be worth the money. You get 2 Transformers in one.
Right. Next, I want to go. I have 2 pops here.
Some pops.
Yeah, a couple pops. This one's the new G.I. Joe retro toys that came out, I think, a couple years ago now. But yeah, it's the Baroness. And I was trying to collect all of the G.I. Joe ones as well. And yeah, pops just start piling up, man.
You got a Duke or
I should have a Duke. I should have all of those somewhere.
Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes and stuff.
Of course.
Nice.
Snake Eyes.
The Baroness.
Then I have another.
I thought it was the woman from The Incredibles when I first saw it.
She's way cooler.
The little
Baroness is way cooler.
Okay.
But yeah, so we got Masters of the Universe pop, Snake Man at Arms,
another man,
Snake
and
Man,
He-Man and Beast Man, and you got Snake Man.
There's all mans. There's Merman.
Merman. I think that's the one you had last time, wasn't it?
No, it was Moss Man.
Moss Man. Of course.
He was fuzzy. Yeah, this one was cool because I really liked this He-Man figure back in the day. And, of course, you know, it's one of the Funko specialty series, so that means you can only get it from Funko Shop.
Okay.
And they're kind of difficult sometimes. I don't think that one was too hard to get, though.
Yeah. Well, Snake Man, he lives up to his...
snakiness.
Yeah, his snakiness. They all have the same hairy underwear that they all wear.
Yeah, they all shop for the
blue
same
belt.
pelt underwear, the same store.
Not very many
He's like
tailors in the
he's got futuristic chest armor, but
He-Man.
woolly pelt underwear. Okay, this is an old
Tenchi
McFarlane toys. This is like, this is Anime
That is-
Japan 2, so it's the second series. Yeah, Tenchi Muyo. This is him and his like
Yep. That's some old school anime.
yeah, this is him in like his intergalactic uniform battle suit thing. And I remember I got this and I was like, dude, this is awesome, dude. Oh man, dude, I wish I had some of these other ones. Though.
The Akira or Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
Yeah, those look...
Even the Armitage one would be cool. I do have some of the Metal Gear ones, though.
Wow, those are really cool.
I wish I had Ghost in the Shell one, too.
That Ghost in the Shell looks pretty neat.
Yeah.
It looks pretty neat.
He's a little banged up, but he's pretty old.
He's a little banged up. Doesn't...
Still sealed.
Yeah. His face is a little small, but...
Yeah, it's the best they could do back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, I give it to him.
I mean, back then it was really hard to find any type of
all
anime
of those
figures.
different ones from like Akira, the bike. That would have been neat.
Just the card on that one is awesome because it just shows you all the others. Here's another old one. Dude, this is Battle of the Planets. Princess, I think her name's Swan. Dude, this is, you can only get this through Wizard at a toy fair. Dude, and this one is really old. And that little motorcycle, too, is really hard to get. But yeah, I really wish I had the rest of these, but I mean, this is the only one I could really find. And it's like, I mean, you could only get it. It's like a mail-in order type thing.
She didn't have her mask?
Nope, don't think so. I think the original did, but that one in particular was the maskless one that came with a rare motorcycle.
Yeah. With a very small motorcycle.
Oh, yeah.
And yo-yo bomb. There's a yo-yo in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a yo-yo. It's a little bomb.
Oh, cool.
Can't even see it. You
That
can see the
see,
string.
yeah, the little rope.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's complete.
G4.
Some old anime stuff.
That's pretty
We're
cool.
about
Pretty
to get
neat.
into some newer anime stuff. These Gundam Universe ones. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about right here. Unicorn Gundam in destroy mode. Yes, yes.
Wow, that's a lot of detail on those guys.
Mm-hmm. Dude, these are the best mini like Gundam sculpture. Well, they're not really sculptures. They're more like action figures.
Yeah, because they move.
Yeah,
they
they're
have
multi-jointed.
movable.
They have extra pieces. I remember, dude. Oh god, yeah, I want to have all of these.
Unicorn.
I have quite a few of them, but I don't have all of them. But yeah, that's. I have the white version, and I think I have the black version too, somewhere. Oh yeah, it's in there. But yeah,
Tamashi.
RX-0.
Yeah. Kids over 3 can handle that. You can't handle that if you're under 3. It's too much for your brain.
All right. We got the black version of them.
Oh yeah, you just said you had that.
The
Yeah.
Banshee. Yep. It's basically same stuff, but you know, black and gold, and he's not as destructive. You know, in
Yeah, he's a
Japan, they
little bit
actually
bigger.
have a large-scale version of. I think it's this one.
Yeah, he's a little bit bigger. Definitely, he's got different
he's got
hands
that
and
stuff that comes off his back too.
Huh?
All right. And keeping in the same spirit.
It is.
Another one I got in here.
I think we got room for one more.
This is the original RX-782. So this is the Gundam of Gundams because this is the original one.
Original Gundam. Yeah. We'll
It's a
bring it back.
Gundam!
It reminds me of watching cartoons. That is cool. Yep, that is the OG right there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to get to our next lineup. We saw there was some comics, so we brought out our little stand so we can show them
Oh,
off
yeah.
better.
See what we got in here.
Okay.
We got a little stack. Let's just go over them one by one. So this one is Uncanny X-Men 201. It's a newsstand version. This is the this is basically what they say Cable's first appearance is in because he's a baby, but a lot of people are just like, no, it's not. It's X-Force, and I'm like, okay, well,
Yeah.
we'll say it's a cameo. But yeah, this
Gotcha.
is whenever Storm and Cyclops fought each other to lead the X-Men.
Who won?
Neither one of them did because they ended up making a gold and blue team.
Yeah. So yeah, very iconic comic book, very iconic cover that we have there.
Some iconic.
Bam. So we'll put these on one by one and then set them off to the side.
All right, this one is Uncanny X-Men 183, and this is where it's also a newsstand. This is where Juggernaut and Colossus fight. I don't know if this is the first time they fought or the second time they fought, but yeah,
I think it's the second.
So this is like what Deadpool was all about, like in the movie, was this comic book, and probably the one where he first fought him too.
Okay.
This is where he got the inspiration from. You can just see Wolverine
pretty.
and Nightcrawler just chilling at the bar in the background.
Another iconic comic book.
All right, next up, we have another Uncanny X-Men newsstand, 169. And I believe this is the one where Angel loses his wings and becomes Archangel.
Yeah, it is.
In the moment
Apocalypse,
the X-Men
right?
will arrive. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. He becomes the Angel of Death.
Yep, Archangel. He shoots missiles or blades.
They're like metal feather shards.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, that
Made his character more than a bird.
Gave him an upgrade for sure.
Let's get that one on there. Oh, yeah. That little rat's like, dude, you're screwed.
All right. We got another Uncanny X-Men newsstand. Number 212. I believe this is the first time Wolverine and Sabretooth fight each other.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. And Wolverine doesn't look like he's too happy either.
No, that was yes, this is definitely a very iconic comic book as well.
He's like, who's there? Who scratched up my suit?
You're gonna have to put these on the eBay store.
Mm-hmm. And this one, I always thought this was hilarious because there's no way she would stand a chance against Juggernaut. But Uncanny X-Men number 217, where he fights Dazzler. Juggernaut fights Dazzler. And you can see he's just like smiling as he's crushing her blast.
Energy blast. He's like, yeah, no. I don't know. What I think I never understood about the comic books is why does his head mold to the shape of the... But when he takes it off, his head is small.
Well, it's because I guess it's bolted to his chest to keep Xavier from reading his mind.
Yeah.
And like whenever it gets, I guess once you peel all them bolts off, it's just like his neck is there finally.
Yeah. Little known fact: it's Xavier's brother.
Mm-hmm. Stepbrother.
Professor Xavier's stepbrother is Juggernaut.
Yeah, and he hates mutants.
Yeah.
A lot of people confuse his powers. He's actually got magical powers. It's not.
No, isn't it from the
powers.
Infinity Stone?
No, it's from the Crimson.
The Crimson Gem.
Crimson Gem, yeah.
Crimson Gem.
I forgot what the guy's name. I think it's like Krasik or Kasric or something. It's a demon inside of a gem that gives him power. This one is Uncanny X-Men 215, and I believe these are the first appearances of Stonewall, Super Saber, and Crimson Commando, which are a whole bunch of people that no one probably remembers.
Yeah.
But it's their first appearances.
Crimson Commando. He
They call me Stonewall.
He looks he looks a lot like Magneto, but like the dollar store version.
The dollar store version of Magneto.
Yeah, it looks like Magneto on meth.
It's funny because they didn't even give him pupils either. It's probably the meth part, huh?
Yeah, there he is down there. You can see his face. His face pretty messed up.
So this is a pretty iconic cover too. It's Uncanny X-Men number 207. It's also a newsstand version. And he's just kind of giving the shink down the side of the comic book, like going, ah!
Yeah, I remember. This is Wolverine in his heyday. It's a pretty good quality you got there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 25th anniversary. It was only 75 cents back then. I remember that, Chris.
Yeah, I remember when comic books were nice like that.
Well, I think when we were getting comics, they were more like $1 or two.
So, this is Uncanny X-Men number 232, and it's also a newsstand, and the Brood is back! Alright! Yeah, this is whenever the Brood came back for the second time and just wrecked everything. And you got the close-up on the Brood face on that one.
The Brood, I remember the video game when you fought the Brood. I hated that stage.
Oh, the X-Men Apocalypse?
Yeah, I hated the stage you fought the Brood on.
Dude, I hated the stage that you had to beat, like, with all the lava. Yeah. Okay. Well, here's the second part to the Brood comes back, and it's also a newsstand. This is 233, and I always like this because like Colossus is like, I'm gonna smash this thing with this car, and he's like, huh? And it's like already throwing a car at him. He's like, oh no, I guess my plan wasn't my own.
Yeah. The Brood were pretty hardcore in the comic books, man.
Oh well, yeah. Once they absorbed you, they I'm pretty sure they absorbed your powers too. So
yeah, they were pretty hardcore
for the Broodskis. And then just random at the bottom pile of Uncanny X-Men, we have Mr. T and the T-Force. First collector's item, and look at dude.
I pity the food.
I pity the food that doesn't have that much gold around his neck. Jesus. That's got to be like 70 pounds of gold. And he's just holding it up like it ain't nothing. And it's also a newsstand, too. And it's actually in its wrap. And it comes with this Super T-Force card.
This T-Force card, him shirtless.
He's like, hey, let me show you my biceps and my chain.
Look at that. Look at that.
Look at it. It's just exploding
Mr.
in your
T
face.
and the T-Force.
Yeah.
That one's flying off the shelves right there.
Yeah. He's like, I got a commemorative card and everything.
I bet you there's a lot of this generation who have no idea who Mr. T is.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they probably... I guess A-Team would kind of be popular still, maybe?
I don't know. I haven't heard of anybody.
Rocky 3.
The whole thing is that what's crazy about Mr. T, he was wholesome through the whole thing. Like,
yeah, he had his own, like, cereal and everything.
Yeah, but he was still wholesome. He never got canceled, never did anything. He was always...
Well, dude, it's because he pitied the fool.
It's true. He pitied a fool that did drugs. Or...
anything that's not pity-worthy.
Well, that is awesome. All right, well, let's get back to the rest of the box. All right, let's keep going.
Next item, I'll go with this one, which is
right.
the 40th anniversary edition of the Kenner's Boba Fett. And this one is awesome, dude. I think this one is the best one because it's not a 3.75 figure. I think it's like a 6-inch. And, dude, it's very articulated. I remember I used to have quite a few of these figures of this set.
I think we have
Yeah,
some
I think
too.
you had a full set of these, actually.
Yeah, I think we had the full set of the 40.
Still
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, there's a Boba Fett.
Mr. Bobo. Alright, nexties.
Push him up here.
We got Black Suit Spider-Man.
These are the ones that everything moves.
Yes, this is the
cool
very
ones.
first ones that they came out with that were multiple jointed.
And that is a comic book back there for sure.
Yes, it's a reprint of Amazing Spider-Man number 252, and it's kind of got the same cover as Amazing Fantasy number 1, except for he's in a black suit. And I think the only one that I really wish... Actually, I think I have all of these comics, too. I really wish I had the Scarlet Spider. He came in the second wave of these. But yeah, the one with like the
They're making a
sweatshirt.
Scarlet Spider movie.
Really?
Yeah.
It's about time. Hopefully they don't make it like
Well,
Morbius.
here's the thing about that though. He was just a clone of Peter Parker, right?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, like...
wouldn't he just look exactly like either Tom Holland or one of the other dudes?
well, yeah, you
Tobey
would have
Maguire?
to.
I mean...
Yeah, because... yeah, actually, to be honest with you, the clone of Spider-Man took over Spider-Man's life. And Scarlet Spider actually was Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's right. That's
And
right.
you know how many times Scarlet Spider
And
almost died in the comic books?
We're
especially
also selling
fighting.
that comic on our eBay page.
Yeah, fighting Venom. Like, Venom was ruthless to Scarlet Spider. And it's probably because he's like, oh, well, he's just another Spider-Man. I want to kill him indefinitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can remember a comic book where he had to, like, use the webbing to keep his, like, guts in because Venom slashed him and almost killed him with one attack. And I was like, dude, these comic books are awesome.
Yeah. Venom was not as PG.
Yeah.
I mean, he did eat people's heads and stuff in the movie, but he was not very PG.
Yeah, he was pretty ruthless, actually.
He was a brain-eating alien.
Yeah, I have the electronic toy I actually signed by Sam De La Rosa. When he's like, I want to eat your brains. Yeah, those got recalled.
Yeah. Did not have a very good message, did they?
Oh, yeah, he's like, die, Spider-Man, die.
That's awesome. These are the toys that I loved. I loved being able to pose them and move all their pieces and hands and legs and knees and shins.
We got another Transformer here. This is the 86 Studio Series Jazz from the movie. And this is another one I had to re-get. Because look at what he transforms into, dude. That looks exactly like the movie.
Mm-hmm.
The curves and the spoiler and everything. And I was like, dude, I was kind of disappointed whenever this one got took. But I found it again.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, I love that movie. That's amazing.
And Jazz, dude, I can't believe they killed Jazz off so fast in the first Transformers movie. Because, like, Optimus Prime wouldn't even be alive without Jazz in the original cartoon. Because, like, there'd be one where the oil tanker, like, busted and Optimus Prime be stuck in it. And we're like, Jazz, help me! And he'd be like, here's a grappling hook, Optimus! And he'd, like, shoot the grappling hook, too. I was like, dude, like, Jazz has got everything.
Yeah. Yeah, Jazz was a pretty vital member of the Autobots.
I know, he's just like, Megatron splits him in half in like 3 seconds. I was like, I know he's a little guy, but come on.
Is this Mandalorian?
Oh, yeah, this is the Black Series of the original Mandalorian before he got the Bespin armor.
Yeah.
So this one's probably a little hard to find nowadays. But yeah, that's one of the main things. It's like, dude, 'cause he kind of got OP with the armor. I mean, nothing can scratch him. Like, laser blasts just reflect off of him. I don't even think you could hit him with a lightsaber either.
I always thought that was the cool part of the show, where he was going and actually buying his armor. And if they made a game, they could actually implement that to where you get armor
game.
and...
See, that's our idea right there. Go for it. Mandalorian RPG.
I'm sure they're already on top of that.
And someone would be Grogu, and he'd just throw him out there, and he'd like force crush something for you.
Yep.
Alright, do another. Oh yeah, this is a real grade Wing Gundam Zero from Endless Waltz, which was one of my favorite Gundam movies. Because he came with the angel wings. And, dude, this one is pretty hardcore.
You have to build it from the ground up. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You have to... These are the ones that... definitely not for children.
Yeah, that one is...
These are for ages 15 and up.
Yeah. But you don't need any glue. Or they just snap together. All the pieces are painted. Yeah. You can fully... you can fully customize them however you want, paint them however you want, but I mean, you really don't have to.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh yeah, there's not very many Gundam models that I wanted, but that was definitely one. If I could find any of the other Gundam Wing custom ones, I'll buy those up too.
Okay. If you got one, just let us know in the comments.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so we're gonna move over. Man, I'll show this one. But this one kind of disappointed me whenever I bought it. So this is the Armored Assassin Deluxe figure from Predator the movie. And it's an awesome figure, but I bought it. And when I opened it up, like... Oh, well, it looks alright now, but his arm falls off. And I was so mad because I paid like $50 for this thing. But like whenever I figure out how to put his arm back on... or have time to do it, I will. But, dude, look how awesome he looks.
That is awesome.
I'm like,
that
dude.
Sucks.
Yeah.
And his arm's not supposed to come off?
No, it's not. It's not one of those special things where they change their arm out. And the way it broke, too, it's just like, man.
Yeah. Well, dude, it looks great.
Yeah, his faces are awesome.
Yeah, you can change his face and stuff. Bam.
Oh, yeah. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it whenever I fix it.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. I think we got room for One more.
Yeah, we could do this one.
Oh, Starship Troopers.
Let me get the dust off that one. This is pretty old.
Robert Heinlein's Starship
Troopers.
Troopers.
Yes, this
Man versus monster, interstellar warfare.
I'm pretty
in
sure
the 22nd century. How old is that?
This is 1976, brother.
Oh man,
This is even before my time. So it's like
Casper Van Dien's not in there.
no,
Okay.
no, Rico's Roughnecks aren't in there. But yeah, dude. So this came out around the same time as War of the Worlds as well. That has the same type of box. But yeah, dude, that's what the little spider guys on the back, that's what they thought it looked like before they came out with the 96 version.
Well, where? Wow. Bugs, Mr. Rico, zillions of them.
Zillions.
They got zillions of them. Okay. So, I think we got a few more things. Let's finish this box out. Let's see what else we got in here.
We got a few things left. Actually, you should know this one pretty well because we've played it a few times.
Yes.
But,
Betrayal at the House on the Hill.
Oh, yeah. We've had some good times with this
Yeah.
one. Every single time we played it, it's been a different scenario, too.
Yeah.
So that's the replayability is
I remember
off the charts.
I like there was one where we all had to fight over parachutes.
Yeah.
To jump off.
Yeah, I remember that one specifically.
Parachutes to jump out of the building that was raising into the sky.
I remember someone threw dynamite at me and blew me up and then went in the room and shot me.
Yeah.
And then you stole the parachute from that person and jumped off the edge.
That's right. I mean, it was just a matter of time before I won. But yeah, it's really cool. There's a trader. So somebody always plays the trader.
That's why it's called
Betrayal. I remember there was another one where there was somebody was a worm monster. And they, so at the basically when the haunt starts, it's towards the middle of the game, and then that person gets to be the person who gets taken over by the parasite, and then they get worm monsters, and then after you kill them, it comes back because it's a worm monster and just keeps coming after you. You just have to keep killing the thing and getting away from it.
Well, you have to get the special items.
Yeah, there's special items to stop them and stuff. But yeah, one of the funnest board games I've ever played, to be honest. Very good at setting up. I have the Betrayal at Baldur's Gate, the D&D version.
Yeah, I don't think we ever played that one together.
No, but I did use a lot of the characters in our D&D.
Well, of course, they worked.
I just took them out.
Zombicide.
Yeah, that and Zombicide. I use those for some of our D&D campaigns. Alright, Betrayal to House on the Hill. Definitely recommend that one.
Alright, so this one, I bought it, and I got it ready, and we never played it. But it's probably pretty in-depth, because most of these games are. So, I went out and bought Fallout, right?
Yeah?
And dude, I was trying to read through the instructions, and it's massive, dude. Like, it's crazy. But man, I almost wish I didn't open it because I think it's worth quite a bit of money now. But it's just one of those things, and I'll probably end up, we'll probably end up playing it at some point.
I love the Fallout games, so I imagine it's very reminiscent, and they have all of the,
you got the power armor there, and the zombie guys, and the wrenches. They call them wrenches.
Yeah, the old 50s style cartoons and stuff.
It's got all the...
about the vaults and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's basically just a map, and then whenever you explore the tiles, that's wherever you'll find out what things are in the tiles and everything. But it's just... It's very in-depth, though.
I'd really like to play it. I'd like to check it out. I'm sure it's not too in-depth.
It's a post-nuclear.
Oh, it's heavy.
Yeah,
there's
a lot of stuff in there.
I had the Firefly game.
Oh, from the show?
Yeah, it took me about an hour and a half to just set it up. And by the time we got to it, I was reading the directions, and I couldn't even explain the directions on that game. There was just way too
You
much
remember
to it.
HeroScape?
Yeah. HeroScape was a little different, but
Yeah, it took like an hour and a half to put it together, and then by the time you put it together, you don't even want to play it anymore because it's so massive.
yeah.
I remember the only 3 times I ever played that, I lost every single time. And I was like, dude, I bought all this stuff, and I'm losing.
Yeah, this game it says it takes 2 to 3 hours to play.
And that's probably on the, like, lower end.
Well, it's cool. It's got special tokens, the SPECIAL, just like this game. Caps, VATs, dice. That's
cards, everything you can think of, minifigs.
Okay. What else you got? What else you got?
Last item.
Last item. All right, let's go.
And we've already kind of mentioned it a little bit. But it's Zombicide.
It's Zombicide.
It's
Zombicide is fun and stressful.
Oh, yeah.
It is stressful for how many times they spawn and you have to kill, but it is satisfying when you murder like a whole bunch of zombies.
Well, not only that, but whenever you finally come up with a good strategy too.
Well.
Let me put this like.
We've had games that lasted for like 6 hours.
Yeah, and what's fun about this is you can make up your own maps, and we added different stuff to it, and like we had an elevator that you could make it to, and then what we did was we had some of the map on the higher floors. Like we set something up like a box, so that we elevated the map to where that you went up to an elevator to get to a different area, and there's a whole bunch of monsters up here you have to kill and a whole bunch of things. And we had a phone you could call to get a hold of the other person to do certain stuff. It was pretty cool. We added our own little spice to it, but it is a awesome game by itself.
See a lot of these guys in the D&D campaign.
yeah.
That was the bugbear guy, and then there's the hobgoblins.
Yeah. I didn't have a lot of
I know
creatures for the map.
I was trying to find the Hero Quest game to where we could have like actual skeletons and zombies and stuff.
Well, I mean, it's all supposed to be in the theater.
Well, you saw that room.
Anyway,
it's somewhere in there.
Yeah, it's all supposed to be in the theater of the mind anyway. So, I mean,
theater of the mind.
The fact that I'm able to just bring it out and show you guys, something is good. But yeah, Zombicide is really awesome. It's dice rolling. We roll a certain amount of dice, and it shows you how many. I think the dice are just 1s and 2s.
Look at this guy. He's just blasting an Uzi. He's not even paying attention. Steven Seagal in it right there.
Yeah.
The replayability on that game is endless.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. You can make your own campaigns up too, and
I only played it a few times with you, but it was enough for me to get it.
Yeah, there's actually other versions too. There's there goes the neighborhood and all that stuff. So these games are I think this one and that one are probably 2 of my favorite games. I have both of them. So
yeah, they were good enough for me to go out and buy them after I played them over here. So.
Yeah, so I think that's it for the tub. We'll pull everything back out and put it out on the table. All right, so that is the second tub, or boxer tub.
Boxing tub.
What were your favorites?
Well, I think I will have to go with. Actually, I really like the Betrayal because we had a lot of fun with that game. But as far as like the figures go, man, the Black Suit Spider-Man, that one just, I grew up with those lines of toys. I don't have them anymore because I actually played with my toys when I was little. So I didn't really start collecting until I was around 12. So that and probably this Gundam Wing model that I haven't put together yet. And the gun, well, I mean, I love all of its stuff. Really, I can't. It's really hard for me to choose because it's all awesome.
I'm a big comic fan, so the X-Men comics definitely were a huge part. I'll also give it to the Betrayal at the House on the Hill and the Zombicide. The games are good. And, I mean, I'd be a fool if I didn't like this comic book over here.
Yeah, I pity the fool that didn't like Mr. T-Force.
But yeah, tell us in the comments your favorites, and we're going to get to our next box. Thanks for joining us on this one.